All right, how's everyone doing? I'm Rich Celenza. Thanks for checking out my channel. I'm actually going inside the gym today. A lot of times I do videos either walking in or walking out. The reason I do that is because I've been thinking a lot about what I'm going to do in the gym, or when I leave, certain things I've gone through in the gym or things that came to my mind. In this case, what I want to call this video is you need to learn how to do you when working out. And what I mean by that is you need to figure out exactly what works best for you. And I'm going to just give you some kind of an idea of what I went through over the years. So I really started to study bodybuilding basically and working out in the 70s. Basically back then it was more like Sergio Olivia, because I'm from Chicago. I'm pretty sure he's a Chicago guy. And then Franco Columbu, and obviously Arnold through pumping iron. But then I jumped into it in the 80s pretty hard. And what I started to do was emulate other people's workouts. And back then in the 80s, I would say it was more Kaspari and kind of Lee Haney. So I would read a lot of books, Flex, Muscle. What was it, Muscle and Fitness? I can't even remember. Those type of magazines, and watch ESPN and try to figure other people's workouts out. And then I was fortunate enough when I joined Worlds and Goals Gym in Florida, I seen guys work out. For instance, Victor Richards, not sure if you ever heard of him. He was called the uncrowned Mr. Olympia. He was a beast. What blew me away with him is he worked out so differently than everything else I've ever read. He was kind of all over the place. He literally would be doing chest, then he would jump in the back, then he'd be on bi, and then all of a sudden he's doing something for shoulders, where I was kind of programmed to do, like chest and tris, shoulders, bis, back and traps, legs, or even if you want to do shoulders, bis, tris, whatever the case may be. Also the amount of reps and sets. So I also got to see Eddie Robertson work out, a lot of professional bodybuilders, and let me sit here for a second. Professional bodybuilders and just different people in fitness. And then I started to jump on Dorian Yates, Mike Mentzer kind of type stuff. And that was more isolation, negatives, less reps, less sets, and just blowing your ass out, like just kicking yourself in the ass regarding that. Because in the back, I'd say in the past, I was doing a lot of reps, a lot of sets. More than usual, and then when I jumped on Dorian's, it was quite the opposite, and I got really good results. But each type of workout I was doing through the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, now we're 2010, 2019, I had evolved, and I'm constantly changing and keeping my eyes and ears open for different types of things. But what I had to learn was, more than anything, is figure out, again, what works best for you, and I have shades on. What a crazy bastard. But anyways, yeah, what I had to learn over the years is figure out what works best for me. Oh, we got some little guys over here, some kids. Yeah, take your time, study people in the gym, but figure out what your body is reacting to. You have to become self-aware of what you're doing. Don't get caught up in what everybody else is doing workout-wise. You may be somebody who gets the best results hitting different body parts, like different amounts of sets, different reps. Maybe you work out better in the mornings, it could be nights, just all these different types of things. Also sleeping, you may need more sleep, maybe less sleep works for you, I don't know. Nutrition, what types of foods are working for you, and when you are eating these foods, are you getting the muscle growth, or are you losing weight, gaining muscle? All these type of things, you really have to focus on yourself and learn how to do you. Nobody is like you. I talk about that all the time genetically. Unless maybe you're a twin or a triplet or something like that, but for the most part, you still don't live exact lives. So remember all these things when working out, that you are your own individual, and nobody is going to know your body and what works best for you except you. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there. If you get a chance, check out my podcast, The Rich Celenza Show, WTF Are You Talking About? I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please pay attention and do not get injured. I'm always talking about that. Don't get caught up with other people's workouts, especially professional athletes or professional, could be bodybuilders or whoever. They get paid a lot of money. They also may or may not be taking a lot of supplements or doing things legally or illegally. And a lot of times I see people trying to work out to keep up with them, and I was one of them, and then they end up injuring themselves. So protect yourself. And again, don't get caught up with what everybody else is doing. Figure out, again, what works specifically best for you, and that may take a lot of time. That just doesn't take even, months or years. It could even take a decade. It takes a lot of time to figure out what your body really, what really works for it. All right? I'm gonna leave it at that. Take care, and if you're traveling, safe travels. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. I can't even believe it. Strong Arm Sports, my buddy. If you get a chance, check them out. Where's it at? Oh, I got Nike mixed in there too. There is Strong Arm. Very seldom do I got both things going. What a great. There he is. I love that guy. Yeah, if you get a chance, check out Strong Arm Sports.